My name is Antonio Menendez. I am a teacher at Central Hardin High School. I've been teaching art here for over 13 years now. And this school year we decided, since we're finally back together as a school, the students are in person, to put together our first full student art show together this year. Usually we do a senior art show where you just display senior art students' work, but this year we decided to open it up to all the students who wanted to participate in the art show, and we were able to get a lot of really neat and cool pieces from the students that show a lot of depth of work, from things that deal with more interpersonal stuff to things where it's just where they were trying to create pieces that interested them, from like movies and television shows. So it's kind of a whole run of the gamut of everything that you can think of in art. The students have put together a lot of 2D paintings and drawings and colorings, as well as some 3D pieces as well, and some interactive pieces that you can go and view. They're like made from a mirror. Just a lot of cool stuff that the kids put together for the community to come see. So hopefully everyone enjoys the pieces the students put together this year. And like I said, this is the first of many, and hopefully after this school year it goes over with success. We'll have again even a bigger one next school year. The types of pieces that you're going to see in the show, they run the gamut. Like I said, you have some that are acrylic paintings, some that are oil paintings, some are watercolors, as well as even more like traditional stuff like pencil and paper, pen and ink, from cross-hatching to pointillism, pieces that are done just purely with marker, even some pieces that are a mixture of pen and ink and mixed media, to other ones are like a more of a thick kind of oil paint that's used on top of mirrors. Just a whole bunch of different mediums that you can see within this show, and a lot of mixed medium pieces as well that have like gold flecks attached to them. So just a lot of neat different things that that you can come see within the show itself.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Spratt. I'm a junior in high school, and I have 3 art pieces for this art show. This is my first piece, and it is representing self-esteem issues, tugging at your body every day. Every day you look at yourself and you always think that there's something wrong, and this is my body on this painting. My second art piece is this environment study of my grandmother's house. She passed away recently, and I wanted to represent her in an art piece to remember her. My final piece is this frog oil painting of a frog with a snail on its head, and it is an oil paint. I use art as a creative voice for myself. If people won't listen to what you have to say, give them something to look at.
My name's Jagger Toms. I'm a sophomore, and my piece is the new Batman. It's Robert Pattinson's Batman. I'm a big fan. Me and my dad used to always watch Batman, and Christian Bale was always my favorite, and I knew that whenever the new one came out, I had to do something with it. So I used pen and ink on the Batman and then finished just with paint on top. In the future, I want to be an architect because I just love putting my ideas into something that I can display it on paper and show people, and that's the main reason that I enjoy art.
Hi, my name's Evelyn Barner. I'm a freshman here, and I did a cherry blossom tree in the moonlight to represent spring and the beauty of environment, and just to represent the blossom of new things. So the cat with the butterfly represents the beauty of animals and friendship as well. The Legos represent the different points of perspective, and it also shows the values of colors as well. I love doing art, and I hope to pursue my art in the future as maybe an art teacher or any kind of art career in college.
My name is Alex Cecil. I'm a sophomore at Central Hardin, and this piece is the first one I'll talk about. It's an axolotl, and there was no real idea behind it. It's just I really like axolotls, and I wanted to draw one. My next piece is a woman with mushrooms and plants coming out of her head. The idea behind it is that somebody can be like plain on the outside, but have so much like creativity and colorfulness on the inside. And it kind of represents me in a way because people don't see me as being much, and then when they get to know me, they realize that like I have more to offer. I like doing art because I've always liked creating things, and art is just the best way for me to get my ideas across. And in the future, I don't plan on doing art full-time, but as sort of a side hobby that can bring in like extra money.
So my name is Ren Cordova. I'm a senior at Central, and my piece is acrylic, and it's supposed to represent the fleeting feeling of love turning into contentment. So you have the darker colors to represent heartbreak and anger, and the lighter colors to turn into happiness and being comfortable with yourself. So I don't plan to pursue art as my career, but I want to always have it in my life because I want it to touch people and reach people in ways that my words can't.
My name is Brianna Burba. I'm a senior at Central. The prompt behind this piece was to create a portrait that really expressed emotion. I don't have a title for it. It's made out of acrylic. What I did was that I looked on Google for expressive faces, and I picked the one that I felt had the most emotion in it, or like that I could like portray the most emotion with. I like art because it is so subjective. So many people can understand it from different perspectives. And I'm going into WKU with a graphic design major, so I hope that I can get some money out of that.
I'm Alina Mattingly. I'm a senior here at Central, and this is a self-portrait I've done in oil pastel. It represents my negative emotions towards myself, specifically with my teeth. And I hope to express that I'm able to examine that and understand what I'm feeling. With art, I love that you're able to express emotions you can't put into words. You can express feelings that you don't know how to define. And with art, I'm only really pursuing it as a hobby, but I do take it very seriously.
So I'm Haley Smallwood. I'm a senior here at Central Hardin. So my first piece over here is the lady in purple. She is a woman of color, and our project was supposed to be an expressive portrait where we choose a color and we basically just use that color to express what we're trying to show. So the color of purple is shown to be royalty and also mystery. And so I feel like, you know, people who aren't people of color can't know the pain and suffering that people of color just went through. So that is what I wanted to express over there. And then my second one is just a portrait of one of my favorite music artists. He really inspires me. Okay, so my second one is Tyler, the Creator. It's a portrait of him, and he's a music artist that really inspires me, and I enjoy his music a lot. Then my third project here is just a portrait of Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls. She was a character that I really enjoyed as a kid, and we were supposed to do it in pen. Just like my peers, I use art to express things that I can't define. I think I might use it in the future. I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. Really indecisive.
My name is Chris LaJewel. I am a junior here at Central, and my first piece here was Michelle Pfeiffer of Catwoman. The project was to show different values, so I used white coloring pencil on a black piece of paper and showed contrast between it, and my reference was, of course, Michelle Pfeiffer, and it was a black and white photo. All right, so the Poison Ivy piece was actually a commission for somebody, and because they said that they really liked Poison Ivy, so that's what I did, and I actually had a lot of fun with this piece because it felt like less of a chore to do, and so I felt like I could express myself more with that piece. Art is really important to me because I feel as if it's a way that I can express myself and Like a lot of people say, like it's a form of expression, and I am one of those people because a lot of the time I struggle with putting my ideas into like word format, so I just do it through art, and it helps me just express myself.
My name is Callie Gray, and I'm a senior. I've done some art pieces for the art show. My first piece is this self-portrait. It's supposed to be expression, what we were doing in class. And its title is called Woeful. It's basically the picture. I was going through a lot in it, and I decided to express it doing blue, because blue usually, goes along with misery or sadness. So I have some clay pieces, and my first one is the caterpillar. I call him King Caterpillar. He's got a little crown on, a cute little face. My next piece is a mushroom guy. I call him Mr. Mushroom, that's his name. He's a pretty cute guy. He was one of my favorite pieces actually making. My last clay piece that I have is my lady flower. I really like the colors I used on this one. It was one of my other favorite pieces. So art is very important to me. I've done art all of my life. I definitely will not be majoring in it, but I will be doing it throughout college and hopefully my entire life. It's really something I am passionate about on the side, but I have so many other passions too that I love, and art's just another one that I love as well.
My name is Candace Alvey. I'm a senior here, and this is my piece of an angry woman. It's about how all of your anger builds up and you bottle all your emotions and then you just explode it all out. And it's made out of chalk pastel, and the reason why I chose red was because it's usually depicted with anger, and art has been with me my entire life, and I don't plan on stopping. I plan on majoring in graphic design in college.
Hi, my name is Kayla White. I'm a sophomore here, and I've done this piece here. I wanted to choose an elephant because of the texture of their skin, and I thought that with pointillism I could add a lot of detail to that, so I thought it would be interesting. It took me a little over a week probably for this piece in total because it's a ton of tiny little dots on the page, so it requires a lot of time. The reason that I do art is because it's a creative outlet for me, and as I said, I really like the attention to detail. I don't plan on pursuing a career in art, but I want to study art history in college.
My name is Liliana Garcia, and I'm a freshman in high school right now, and this is my art piece. My main purpose for this piece was over a novel project that we had to do in class, and it was like a lot of fantasy stuff in there between the real world and imaginary worlds. The three reasons that I wanted to depict in this piece was that creativity can be imagined in so many different ways, like through space, through reality, through imaginary worlds. I enjoy art because I get to express myself, and the main reason why I got into art is because I really wanted to tell stories through it. So my main goal is to become a comic artist in the future.
My name is Lindy Barnes. I'm a freshman, and this is my first artwork. It shows lobsters and lemons and herbs, and my inspiration for this was Salvador Dali. He painted a lobster telephone, which I thought was very novel and funny. And I take a lot of inspiration from Salvador Dali in general. He was such a cool artist and did a lot of revolutionary things in art. So this was paying homage to Salvador Dali. My second artwork I did in probably my seventh grade year, the summer of my 7th grade year. So it was quite a while ago. But it's just like this picture of mushrooms and different plants and things like that. and I thought it was very cool looking, and it kind of represents my brain because there's all of these weird things going on that don't quite fit together, but they still kind of form this cohesive picture. And then my third piece up here, I painted this this year, and we were doing a project on listening to a song and then converting that to like a visual form, and I chose Paranoid Android by Radiohead. I love Radiohead, especially their album OK Computer, and I feel like it perfectly encapsulates like teenage angst, and I wanted to display teenage angst in its most abstract form. I love art because it's an outlet that I get to express myself and be myself without having to worry about anybody judging me. In the art class, anything goes and you don't have to worry about conformity. And I don't plan to make money off of my art, but I will always keep it as a hobby.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Crick, and I'm a senior at Central. This is my first piece. It's an expression portrait. I like to use color, and in this one I used bright colors on the body and then made it more darker in the background. This is my second piece. This one was for body anatomy. I used a reference picture off of Pinterest of lips with honey dripping off of them, and then I added the gold flakes to the background. This is my last piece. This one was also for body anatomy. I used this one as more of an abstract form of an eyeball with bees around it and flowers and using gold flakes. I like art as a form of expression, especially since I like to show people that I can do something. And then I plan on going to college for studio art.
My name is Sydney Higdon. I'm a sophomore at Central, and this is my first piece here. It is a Buddhist temple that I saw while I was in Hawaii, and the whole scenery there was just gorgeous, and I decided to depict it through this piece. My second piece is this mirror here. It has sunflowers on it. I did it for my sister. She just really loves sunflowers, and I thought it would be a good. And this here is a scene from Studio Ghibli's Ponyo. It's on a CD. Art has always been like with me. Like when I was growing, I have some family members who are some artists, and I've just really loved expressing myself through art. I don't think I'll ever go into a career with art, but I will always use it as a self-expression and as a hobby.
Hi, I'm Ari Paris. I'm a sophomore at Central Hardin. So the drawing that I made, I drew one of my original characters, Andy, for a story that I'm writing, and I basically just wanted to make a full body like character drawing of him and then add some other stuff along with some prop design things to kind of show his personality and more about the character. And then I used a Sharpie, like a black Sharpie, to outline it, and I colored it with Ohuhu markers, and it took like a few art class periods to finish, but I'm really happy with how it turned out.
My name is Earl Linkus, and I'm in 11th grade. So what I did to make the petals and stuff, I used watercolor and I just dabbed it on. And this character right here means cherry blossom, which is what this is. Yeah. And what it means to me is like a calming, peaceful place.
I'm Leslie Jewell. This is my daughter, Crystal Jewell. Her art is very different. She's very detailed. She is what I call a perfectionist. She's one of those people that if she draws something, if it's not right the first time, she will draw it over and over and over again until she gets it to the way that she likes it. Not that I like it, because I could say it's amazing the first time, but she will keep drawing it over and over again until it's to her standards. And it always ends up being better, and I'm just like, okay, I should just. I just think she's super talented. She's way beyond my skills. I draw, but she's superseded me beyond.